We've all heard the advice our entire lives. Eat your eggs for strong muscles. It's a piece of wisdom our parents gave us, and for decades, we've trusted it. But what if I told you that for those of us navigating our 60s, 70s, or even our vibrant 80s, relying only on eggs is like trying to build a strong, sturdy house with just one type of brick? It's a good start, but it's not the full story. Today, we're not just going to talk about adding another brick. We're going to look at the complete blueprint to rebuild muscle and reclaim your strength. If you've ever felt a deep frustration, a sense that you're doing all the right things, but still feel your strength slipping away, I want you to know you are not alone in this. That feeling when a simple jar feels impossible to open, or when you hesitate at the bottom of a staircase that once felt like nothing, that isn't a personal failure. It's a biological shift. Our bodies are incredibly wise. And as we gather more years, their needs change. The key to lasting strength isn't just one magic food. It's a simple three-pillar system that works with your body's wisdom, not against it. This system is designed specifically for senior health, helping you feel stronger and more stable on your feet. And the best part? These powerful foods are not hidden in expensive health food stores or in fancy supplement bottles. They're hiding in plain sight at your local grocery store, and they cost a fraction of what you might think. We're going to show you how to rebuild muscle faster and more effectively. So what's really going on inside our bodies? There's a natural process that happens as we age, sometimes referred to as anabolic resistance. Now, that sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. Think of your muscles like a sleepy student in a classroom. When we were younger, the teacher, in this case protein, would speak, and the student would listen right away, building and repairing on command. But as we get older, that student becomes a bit harder to hear. The teacher has to speak a little louder and a little more clearly to get the same response. This means our bodies need not just protein, but a team of specific nutrients to get the message through. Our bodies become a little less responsive to the old signals. They need a bit more encouragement. That's why just eating eggs might not be enough anymore. This is where our blueprint comes in. It's what I call the 3 pillars of strength. It's a complete and holistic approach to rebuilding your body, designed for strength after 60. Pillar 1 is the foundation. These are the foods that fortify your entire frame, your bones, and the vital connections to your muscles. Because you can't have strong muscles without a solid structure to anchor them to. Pillar 2 is the fuel. This pillar is all about providing your body with clean, sustainable energy. These foods will power your day, giving you the stamina to walk further, play with your grandkids, and enjoy your hobbies without that dreaded afternoon crash. And finally, pillar 3 is the recovery. This is the secret pillar, the one most people overlook. These are the foods that work their magic while you sleep, repairing muscle tissue and soothing inflammation so you wake up feeling refreshed and capable, not stiff and sore. This isn't about a restrictive diet or a complicated set of rules. This is about lovingly adding powerful, healing foods back into your life. And it's much, much simpler than you think. Before we dive into the first pillar, I'd love to know, have you ever felt like you're eating right, but still feel that familiar sense of weakness? Please, share your experience in the comments below. Your story matters, and it helps others know they aren't alone. All right, let's begin with pillar 1. Before we can ask our muscles to grow stronger, we have to ensure the very foundation they're built upon, our bones, is as solid and reliable as possible. Imagine this. A strong muscle attached to a weak or brittle bone is a recipe for disaster. It can increase the risk of fractures and serious injury. So our first step in this journey to rebuild muscle is to fortify your very frame, creating a stable base for all movement. Our first foundational food is a quiet powerhouse, often sitting right there in the dairy aisle, but it's not milk. I'm talking about real, authentic Greek yogurt. Now, why Greek yogurt specifically? The answer lies in how it's made. It goes through a straining process that removes much of the liquid whey, leaving behind a product that is incredibly dense in high-quality protein. For our muscles, this is exactly the kind of concentrated nutrient source they need to repair and grow. But its true magic for senior health lies in its dual-punch combination. While the protein is working on the muscles, Greek yogurt is also rich in calcium, the essential mineral our bones crave to maintain their density. This is critically important. As we age, the fear of a fall can start to limit our world, making us hesitant to take that walk or play in the yard. By strengthening our bones, we are directly fighting back against that fear. But there's another hidden benefit. Authentic Greek yogurt is also a source of probiotics. Think of these as friendly helpers for your digestive system. A healthy gut allows your body to absorb more of the nutrients from all the foods you eat. So, by adding Greek yogurt, you're not just getting the benefits of the yogurt itself, you're making your entire diet work more efficiently for you. Let me share a story that I think illustrates this beautifully. I had a patient, a wonderful woman named Margaret, who at 78 had become terrified of falling. She'd seen a close friend suffer a debilitating hip fracture, and that fear had crept into her life, making her feel fragile. She was eating, but she felt her balance was off, her confidence gone. We made one simple small change. We swapped her usual sugary breakfast cereal for a simple bowl of plain Greek yogurt topped with a few fresh berries. That was it. She was skeptical at first, but she stuck with it. After a couple of months, she came back to see me, and her whole demeanor had changed. She told me, "For the first time in years, I feel rooted. I feel connected to the ground when I walk." Her balance had improved, not just from her gentle exercises, but because her body finally had the right building blocks to create a stable foundation. She was giving her bones the calcium and her muscles the protein they desperately needed, all in one simple breakfast. Now, while Greek yogurt is fantastic for its creamy texture and protein, our next foundational food comes from the sea, and it's a true unsung hero of the pantry. It's the humble and incredibly affordable canned sardine. I know. For some, sardines can be an acquired taste. But I encourage you to look past any old memories and see them for what they are, a complete bone and joint support system in a tiny can. Here's why they are so uniquely powerful. First, sardines are one of the very best natural sources of vitamin D, a nutrient that is absolutely essential for our bodies to absorb calcium. You can eat all the calcium in the world, but without enough vitamin D, it can't do its job properly. Second, when you eat sardines with the tiny, soft, edible bones, you are getting a direct, highly absorbable source of calcium itself. But here is the third, and perhaps most important, piece of the puzzle. Sardines are brimming with omega-3 fatty acids. Think of the normal aches and pains that can settle in our joints, that nagging ache in the knees or the stiffness in our hands in the morning. This is often caused by low-grade, chronic inflammation. You can think of this inflammation like a tiny fire constantly smoldering in your joints. The omega-3s in sardines act like the firefighters. They come in and help to gently cool that inflammation down, promoting comfort and flexibility. So with sardines, you get the perfect trio. Vitamin D to unlock the door, calcium to strengthen the bone, and omega-3s to soothe the surrounding joints. It's a synergy that you simply can't find in many other foods. It's an incredibly effective way to support your journey to rebuild muscle faster, because your muscles need healthy joints to function correctly. With Greek yogurt and sardines, you're not just eating food, you're laying a solid foundation of strong bones and calm joints. You're building the house from the ground up, the right way. Now that we've talked about the foundation, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which of these two foundational foods could you see yourself adding to your weekly shopping list? Let's share some simple ways to enjoy them in the comments below. Now that we have fortified our foundation with the bone and joint supporting foods from Pillar 1, it's time to turn on the power. Because what good are strong muscles and solid bones if you feel too tired to use them? That heavy feeling that pulls you toward the sofa in the afternoon, or that sense of being completely out of breath after a short walk. I want you to know that this is not a mandatory part of aging. It is often simply a fueling problem. This brings us to Pillar 2, the fuel. This is all about providing your body with clean, efficient, and long-lasting energy. The goal here is to get you through your day with a feeling of vitality and stamina so you have the energy to do the things you love. To do that, we need to move away from foods that give us a quick, sharp burst of energy followed by a crash. I'm talking about things like white bread, sugary snacks, or processed cereals. While they might feel good for a moment, they burn out quickly, leaving your muscles without fuel and your body feeling weak. Instead, we're going to focus on foods that act like a slow-burning log in a fire, providing steady warmth and energy for hours. Our first fueling food is one of humanity's oldest and most reliable sources of strength: the humble lentil. Lentils are a true powerhouse when it comes to senior health. They offer a remarkable blend of high-quality, plant-based protein for our muscles, combined with complex, fiber-rich carbohydrates. This combination is the secret to their incredible energy-sustaining power. The fiber ensures that the energy from the carbohydrates is released slowly and steadily into your bloodstream. This prevents the sudden spikes and drops in blood sugar that cause those infamous energy crashes. But there's another critical component in lentils that directly fights fatigue: iron. Iron is absolutely essential for creating hemoglobin in our red blood cells. You can think of hemoglobin as the oxygen taxi service for your entire body. It picks up oxygen from your lungs and delivers it to every single cell, including your muscles and your brain. When you're low on iron, that taxi service slows down. Your muscles don't get enough oxygen, so they feel weak and heavy. Your brain doesn't get enough, so you feel foggy and unfocused. By enjoying lentils regularly, you're helping to keep that vital oxygen delivery service running smoothly. Our second fueling food is an ancient grain that has powered Incan warriors and modern marathon runners for centuries. It's called quinoa. Now, I know that words like quinoa can sometimes sound intimidating or complicated if you're not familiar with them. But I promise you, preparing it is as simple as cooking rice, and the benefits are truly extraordinary. What makes quinoa so special in our journey to rebuild muscle faster is that it's one of the very few plant foods on Earth that is a complete protein. This means it contains all 9 of the essential amino acids our bodies cannot produce on their own. These amino acids are the literal building blocks of muscle tissue. So with quinoa, you get the best of both worlds in a single, easy-to-prepare food. You get the full suite of protein building blocks your muscles need to repair and grow. And you get the complex, slow-burning carbohydrates to fuel them. It's structure and energy, all in one. Let me tell you about David, a gentleman of 82, whose greatest joy in life was his garden. It was his sanctuary. But he'd become frustrated because he could only work for about 20 minutes before his legs felt like lead and he had to go inside for a long rest. He was eating his usual lunch, a simple sandwich on white bread. It was easy, but it wasn't serving him. We made a simple swap. Instead of the sandwich, his daughter helped him prepare a simple quinoa salad with some chopped vegetables and a light dressing, which he could keep in the fridge for a few days. He began having that for lunch. About a month later, he came back to me with a twinkle in his eye. He told me he had just spent over an hour happily tending to his rose bushes without once feeling exhausted. David didn't magically get younger. He just switched to a higher quality fuel. He gave his body the sustained energy it needed to do the work he loved. That is the power of Pillar 2. It's about giving your body the right fuel to rebuild muscle and live your life with the energy you deserve. By embracing foods like lentils and quinoa, you're not just eating a meal, you're programming your body for all-day stamina. We have now built the foundation, and we have fueled the engine. It's time to talk about the most overlooked, and perhaps the most important pillar of all, the recovery. This is the secret pillar. The one that holds the key to waking up feeling stronger than you did the day before. Your body is an incredible machine. It has a dedicated, highly skilled nighttime repair crew that gets to work the moment you fall asleep. But that crew cannot make bricks without straw. If we don't give them the right materials before we go to bed, they simply cannot do their job effectively. This is where we can make a profound difference in how we feel each morning. Our first recovery food is something often mistaken for a simple snack. But for our purposes, it's one of nature's most potent tools for reducing muscle soreness and morning stiffness. I'm talking about a small handful of raw walnuts. That familiar stiffness in your joints when you first get out of bed, or that dull ache in your muscles from a day of activity, this is often the result of low-grade inflammation. Walnuts are uniquely equipped to help with this. They're packed with a special type of plant-based omega-3 fatty acid known as ALA, as well as powerful antioxidants called polyphenols. Think of this combination as a natural, gentle, soothing agent for your entire body. While you are sleeping, the nutrients from the walnuts are circulating through your system, helping to calm that inflammation and reduce the oxidative stress that contributes to muscle fatigue. It's a quiet, internal process that leads to a very noticeable external result, waking up with more flexibility and less discomfort. Beyond just fighting inflammation, walnuts also provide healthy fats and a dose of protein that are vital for supporting the health of your nervous system and the integrity of your muscle cell membranes. So that small, simple evening snack is doing complex, important work to support your senior health, helping your body heal from the day's efforts. Now, while walnuts help to soothe and calm the system, our next food provides the actual physical building blocks the repair crew needs to rebuild muscle tissue, piece by piece. And for this job, we turn to another humble hero from the dairy case. Simple, plain cottage cheese. The secret to cottage cheese's recovery power is a specific type of protein it contains in abundance, called casein. Unlike other proteins that digest quickly, casein is famous for being very slow digesting. This is its superpower. I want you to imagine your muscles after a long day. They are tired and have tiny, microscopic tears from the day's activity. This is a normal part of getting stronger. When you sleep, the repair crew arrives, ready to fix these tears. If you eat a fast-digesting protein before bed, it's like giving that crew a quick burst of supplies that runs out in just a few hours, leaving them with nothing to work with for the rest of the night. But casein protein from cottage cheese is different. The best way to think of it is like a slow-release fertilizer for your muscles. When you eat it in the evening, it forms a gel-like substance in your stomach that releases a slow, steady drip of amino acids, the building blocks of protein, into your system all night long. For 6, 7, even 8 hours, it's feeding your muscles, ensuring that the repair crew never once runs out of supplies. This is why it can be so much more effective for overnight recovery than a faster-acting protein. It ensures the rebuilding process is sustained throughout the entire sleep cycle. This is a critical strategy to rebuild muscle faster, as it maximizes the precious hours your body has dedicated to healing. So Pillar 3 is a beautiful two-part harmony. The walnuts come in first to soothe the system and prepare the environment for healing. Then, the cottage cheese provides the steady stream of materials needed for deep, structural repair. Together, they create the perfect conditions for you to wake up not just rested but genuinely restored. If you have found value in these 3 pillars so far and are feeling hopeful about this new approach to strength, please take just a moment to press that like button. It's a small click for you, but it truly helps our hub reach and support more seniors who may be searching for these very answers. So, there you have it. The foundation, the fuel, and the recovery. This is the complete blueprint for rebuilding strength after 60. This entire video, the title, isn't about forgetting eggs out of anger or declaring them bad. It's about understanding that our bodies need more support as we age. It's about lovingly adding these other powerful, science-backed tools to your nutritional toolbox. Let's quickly recap our blueprint. First, we laid the foundation. With foods like Greek yogurt and sardines, we provide the essential calcium, vitamin D, and high-quality protein to fortify our bones and soothe our joints, creating a solid frame that can support strong muscles. Second, we powered our bodies with the fuel. With energy workhorses like lentils and quinoa, we give ourselves the gift of all-day stamina, fueling our muscles with slow-burning, complex carbohydrates and complete proteins. This is how we find the energy to not just get through the day, but to truly live it. And third, we honor the recovery. With walnuts and cottage cheese, we give our body's nighttime repair crew the exact materials they need to calm inflammation and rebuild muscle tissue while we sleep, allowing us to wake up feeling restored and ready for a new day. Seeing it all laid out like this, I know it can feel like a lot of information, and the last thing I want is for you to feel overwhelmed. The goal of this journey is empowerment, not stress. So I want to leave you with a simple, gentle challenge, a call to action for your own senior health. I call it the One Thing This Week Challenge. Please, do not try to change everything overnight. True, lasting strength is built with small, consistent steps. All I want you to do is pick just one food from our list today, the one that sounded the most interesting or the most delicious to you. Maybe it's swapping your cereal for Greek yogurt. Maybe it's trying a lentil soup. Or perhaps it's simply having a small handful of walnuts in the evening. Just one thing. Add that single item to your shopping list this week. That's it. That is your first powerful step on this new path. Small steps, taken consistently, are what build a lifetime of strength. Your best, strongest years are not behind you. They are waiting to be built, one smart, simple, and delicious meal at a time. Your body has an absolutely incredible, innate capacity to heal and rebuild, no matter your age. Whether you are 65, 75, or 85, it is never too late to get stronger. All you have to do is start giving it the right tools. Now, I truly want to hear from you. Which one thing will you try this week? Please share your commitment in the comments below. It's incredibly powerful to write it down, and reading your comments inspires our entire community of fellow health seekers. Thank you for spending this time with me today. And remember to subscribe to Seniors Health Hub, where we believe that every single year is a brand new chance to grow stronger, together.